decided the next thing I'm going to tackle here is the equalizer or the phono board. And in order to get this out, I have to remove the front, all the knobs, front panel, so I can remove this shaft here. I'm going to remove the back because I don't want to flex these that go to the phono inputs here. And so that necessitates pulling all of these out. Then I can get this board, I can move it a little bit, probably have to remove some of these connectors, that's not a big deal. Then I can swing the board over, I can get to everything I need to work on. This is where it gets to be a bit of a pain, but like I said in the last video, it is what it is. This is what we deal with. As far as I can tell, this amp has never been worked on so far. The outputs are all originals, and I didn't see any evidence of any other work being done. So I'm going to keep an eye on that as I go through here. One of the things I'll do once I have this out is I will spray some contact cleaner in to clean the function switch here. We're going to check all the, we're going to replace all the micas, re-grease all these, because when I replaced the micas on the driver and output transistors, the heatsink compound just flaked off. So like I said, I don't think anything's been done, so now we've got to get in and do some stuff. The knobs on these don't pull off. They're all on with set screws, which requires the use of a metric hex key, a 1.5 millimeter. Once you have that, the only one that's a little tricky to get off is the main volume, because it's way down in there. You got to kind of feel around a little bit before you can get it, but they'll all come off, and then we can get the front panel up by removing the screws. Okay, I've got all the knobs off, and before we go taking the front panel off, we want to take this shroud or cover off and then pull all the connectors off these LEDs. The LEDs are glued into the front panel, so we want to pull those off before we take the front off. These are the LEDs I was speaking of earlier. I have a quick document I created. I keep in a folder on Google Drive for the AU919. So I'll just pull these off, pull the power LED, then we'll pull the front panel. Then there's two screws we need to pull in order to get this shaft out. I've removed the front panel, and this is, by the way, an excellent time to clean the front panel while it's out. These plastic covers just kind of snap out of here, so we can get to the back. We've got little tabs on them, like so, here. And now we have to take these two screws out. Then we can pull the shaft out that goes to the function switch. Now that we have these two screws out of here, this shaft simply just pulls out like that. So all that just to get that out, but it wasn't in vain. We also have to pull this board, where you probably can't see, but we have even more black flags down here. We have them on the phono board, we have them here. They are throughout this amplifier, all have to be addressed. I have the rear cover off now, and you're probably not even going to be able to see this, but inside I write very lightly with pencil where each of these pieces come from. You can just rub it off with your finger, but it's helpful to have everything marked. I don't know how long it's going to be until I get this back together, and you think you're going to remember, and maybe sometimes you do, but I don't always. So it's just easier, as this one engineer told me, to stay out of trouble than it is to get out of trouble. I got the RCA connector board out of the back, and I spent a little time here. Just wanted to see if these had come clean. I'm not sure how well we're going to be able to see this, but this is really tarnished. And I got this kind of polished up, if you can get the light to hit it just right. And I can get to the back of this board now. So I'm going to start removing the black flags, going to test them like I did in the output board, see how bad off they are, and then I'm going to change out all the other components that need to be changed on here. I finished going through the equalizer board, and I've replaced all the black flags. I replaced all the electrolytics, and I replaced all the micas and put fresh grease on these transistors. I didn't have any of the micas for these, and honestly, even though I've seen these transistors many times, they're usually just freestanding, and I never really knew the form factor. These are TO126, but I was able to take some TO220 micas, of which I have plenty, and cut them down a little bit and just use those, and they worked out fine. Now, you may notice I have test leads on here. That's because this amplifier, unlike most, has a lot of adjustments. There are the typical 4 adjustments on the output stage for idling, current, or bias, and DC offset. But there's also zeroing pots on here. They're right down here. And there's on the moving coil board in the back, we have 6 adjustments. So there's a lot more than you find typically on an amplifier. But I'm going to put some signal in here and make sure we're good. We are still in the separated mode. I'm going to come out of the pre-out so we can look at that, and we'll see what we get. According to the manual, we need to set these to 0 volts plus or minus 50 millivolts. So that shouldn't be too hard to achieve. I was using a tool when I was playing with this a little earlier that didn't seem to be that great. So let me see if I can find the one I want to use now. The bottom one looks pretty good. It's well within 50 millivolts. But if we look here at the top one, we're 1.3 volts. So let me see about dropping that. My meter's having a bit of a freak out here. Okay, let me lock the range on that meter because this is getting annoying. Lock the range of my top meter. I think it's got a problem because when I put it in the 1 volt range, it reads over range, and we're clearly nowhere near 1 volt. So the adjustment on this is good. The one's 13 millivolts, the other one's dancing around a little, but it looks okay. And if we turn it up here, you can see I have good signal on both channels. So yeah, that was my error. Little cockpit error, as we say. But anyhow, this board is done. So we can move on. I may go down to the moving coil board next. Look for this needs to be adjusted, and I need to make sure that all the electrolytics are changed out. There aren't any black flags. We definitely have some in the front here, so those are going to have to come out. And we will take it from there. So before I sign this video off, I wanted to show you how many of the black flags have failed. So if we look at our document here, pretty much most of them. I think there were 12 here, and only 4 of them were still good. So looks like 3/4 of them failed. This is a real problem with these amps, and most people will recommend you don't even turn these things on until this is addressed. But anyway, this board is done. I'm going to move on, like I said, to the back here. Probably going to do the protection board next. But anyway, as always, I thank everyone for watching, and I like giving back to the community that's given me so much. Thanks, everyone.